I've been trying an experiment where I've been living as if I had no past. And today, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about elevating up to the next level. So grab your pen, grab your paper, whatever you need, lock in and get ready. Because it all starts with shifting and letting go of your old identity. Now, letting go of your old identity is key. Because if you are still aligning with who you once were and the things that you once did, you can never let go of that and get onto the next chapter of life. If you're still acting the way that you did before, if you're still identifying with the things, the people, and the situations and circumstances that you once found yourself in, then how could you ever move forward? You can't. You're stuck in the past. So the first thing that you need to do is forget about your past identity and begin creating a new one. So if you used to be somebody who would sleep in every morning, if you used to be someone who was always late to things, if you used to be somebody who was always this or that, start doing the opposite things. Start waking up early. Start being on time or early. It all starts with just making little changes. Trying to change everything overnight in one go, you're going to find yourself getting stuck in the same position because you overwhelm yourself. It's too much all at once, and then you're just going to find yourself doing the same things over and over again. The next important thing that you need to let go of is trauma. Now, trauma is going to manifest itself in ways that maybe you don't even know it. Maybe you don't even see it. But these kind of things are going to seep out in your personality, in the way that you process things, in the way that you handle situations in life. Now, it's very important that you really start to reflect on why you have become the person that you currently are. And you need to actually dive deep, start to understand yourself, work through this unprocessed trauma. I'm not saying that you need a therapist or you need a counseling, because more time you don't really need it if you really just reflect and do some journaling and inner work by yourself. You can come to this, you can bring this stuff to the surface and work through it on your own. But if you do need a psychologist or a therapist or something like that, if you feel like that's right for you, go for it. Either way, you need to work through traumas. You need to process things that have happened to you, because a lot of the time we hold this in our heart, we hold it in our mind, in our soul, and we don't even know about it. We live 20 years later, don't even think about it, and then we start acting in certain ways and we don't know why. These things must be processed and released. Discharge them from your life. That way you can move on and start elevating up to the next level. The next thing that we need to start letting go of is labels. Labels like, I'm an introvert, or I'm not good at this certain task, so I guess I can't do it. And then you're labeling yourself as someone, you're identifying as somebody who can't do it. You need to let go of these labels that you put upon yourself, especially this introvert, extrovert nonsense, right? If you'd been watching my last video that I made about introvert and extroverts, you would know that that is just a safety blanket that people put over themselves to try and hide from going out into social interactions. It doesn't make sense, right? If you think you're not good at, driving a car, do you realize that if you just practice driving the car, you would become a professional if you tried it for long enough? So stop putting these labels upon yourself like, oh, I'm bad at this, so I can't do it. Or I'm bad at social interaction, so I'm an introvert, or whatever, right? It doesn't make sense. Stop putting these self-limiting beliefs and labels upon you. That way you can start elevating without any barriers, right? If you've always told yourself, I'm no good at this, you can't ever get beyond this wall, this imaginary wall. But if you say, okay, if I learn to do this, then I can do it. And then you can step forward past that wall. So let go of those labels, start elevating. So what we're going to do is split this into two parts. So in order to elevate, we must shift our identity, let go of trauma and labels that we place upon ourselves. Now, the next step is to start documenting changes in our mindset, our beliefs, and our behaviors. Now, what you're going to notice is that when you start to let go of old identities, traumas, and labels, you start to think in new ways that you've never thought before. You start to process things differently. You start to build a new mindset. If you've always thought you're someone who can't do this task, right? And then you let go of these three things, suddenly that barrier that was once in front of you is gone. And you can start walking past it. You start having a mindset shift where, okay, now I can achieve certain things. When you start letting go of those beliefs where you can't do anything, where you can't succeed in this, or you're not good at that, or whatever, if you no longer have the beliefs that you aren't good enough or you aren't capable, then you can really start to elevate. Why? Because you no longer place these imaginary barriers in front of you, and therefore your behaviors start to change. You start to act like someone who can achieve things. You start to act like somebody who is capable of limitless potentials. You could do anything that you want in this life. We all have the capability to be someone, to be something, to achieve amazing things. But if we are held back by old identities, traumas, labels, and we don't start shifting our mindsets, beliefs, and behaviors, we will never elevate. I'm going to keep it short and simple for today. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.